Good afternoon. This is Dominic with TheBackVlog. 2 weeks ago, just about, I saw Wicked for Good with my fiance in the theater. I believe it was in IMAX. I don't remember. This is another film that I watched a little while ago, so my take on it is not as fresh as it should be. But from what I do remember, obviously the music on honestly in this is really killer. I don't usually go for musicals, but the ranges that these singers hit, and I'm talking about everybody. I'm not talking about just the two leads. I'm talking about everybody. The songs are great and catchy. I can't speak as to how memorable they are because I've only heard those songs once, and I don't remember any of them. But as well as the performative aspect of them, like the music in this is just really good. I think the sets are also really cool here. I remember the first one being way more fantastical. And I feel like a lot of this movie has a lot of the same setting, like with with Oz's castle or whatever. But that's not to say that the grandiosity of them are not still impressive to behold. Like the sets are so vibrant and colorful, and you can definitely see that the crew put a lot of effort into building them. I think the socio-political themes in Wicked is really interesting. I do kind of like want to read the book, and I actually just found out that I guess it's the first of an entire series, which I had no idea of. But I think that, and this is just kind of like going for Wicked in general, not this film in particular, but I think the approach that Wicked takes to The Wizard of Oz as a property is really interesting because, you know, originally when The Wizard of Oz was written, I'm not sure if like these themes of, I don't want to say class, but I mean, I guess it's more like racism than anything, or speciesism, but you know, it's like they're trying to segregate the animals from society. And I think that's a really interesting way of looking at The Wizard of Oz, considering the film and the original film, I mean. And also, I completely forgot about how the events of the original film kind of played out. So I forgot that, you know, Dorothy and the gang kind of play a role in the Wicked Witch's, I guess, death. Because I thought whenever the house fell, I thought that was the death of the Wicked Witch right there, but I guess not. And then it made me think of Gremlins 2 with the melting scene, and I was like, oh yeah, the witch is supposed to melt. So it was a genuine surprise to me whenever, you know, Dorothy came along, and you know, you have the Cowardly Lion and the Tin Man, and the Scarecrow, and like how they're all incorporated into it. I just didn't think of that as a consideration just because I didn't fresh up on The Wizard of Oz before watching Wicked. So yeah, I was kind of surprised by that. What I am a fan of is the, I guess, kind of like the fan fiction-esque nature of what happens after the events of Wizard of Oz, because it's like whenever, you know, she melts in the original Wizard of Oz, it was kind of like a ruse the whole time, and she has a romantic relationship with the Scarecrow. Yeah, I don't know. Not Wizard of Oz. Wicked for Good and Wicked, the first one. They're just really fun. Especially if like you're into musicals. I'm not really big into musicals. I think the qualities of the filmmaking itself. Never mind. Oh, I'm sorry, Robin. I didn't mean to startle you. I did remember something I wanted to talk about. The cinematography in this is really good. It's so dynamic and fluid, and it's like, and it's doing like all these like crazy movements, and like I'm just like picturing, coming from like a film production background, the crazy camera rigs that would have went into this, because it's like, you know, it's like flying all over the place at parts. And there's this one song, I don't remember the song, but it's when Ariana Grande is in the, I guess her room, or like the, yeah, like I guess her suite in Oz's castle or whatever. The camera, the way that the camera is moving and the way that that whole scene is edited is so like impressive because, and it's so like subtle too, because like she's like constantly like looking through mirrors. There's mirrors everywhere, and like it's constantly like shifting the perspective. I don't know what film it is. It's some Robert Zemeckis movie, I think. But there's this one scene of this one movie, with this kid like going towards like a medicine cabinet, and there's like a mirror there, and it's so impressive the way they do that because he runs towards the mirror. I guess they kind of like rotoscope like that movement because like you think the camera is like looking at him, or I don't know how they do it, but it's like the camera's like filming the perspective in the mirror, and then it kind of like shifts the perspective like completely suddenly and subtly. I don't really know how to describe it, but like this sequence in Wicked for Good is like that, like every 2 minutes, because you know Ariana Grande is like going up to a mirror, and then like this is Ariana Grande right here, and this is the mirror. She goes to the mirror, and now we're following this, and then the camera like goes up, and it's like an overhead view, and then it like flips upside down, and it's like we're still right side up. And I don't know how they do it. I need to watch that sequence again, but like that sequence was so technically impressive. So yeah, I'm glad I didn't forget that because that's like the one thing that stood out to me about this film. That entire sequence there. Yeah, Wicked for Good was good. So yeah.